Peace, family. Welcome back. I am Chi Vital, aka King Chi, and I am back with a tool for your toolkits and how to create your lives. I am waiting for my notification squad to jump on here. Thumbs up this video when you get here. I'm going to be sharing with you some of the mysteries of the Lionsgate, the truths, the facts, how this joint actually works in giving you enough information so you can chart it specifically for your chart and how to maximize on this Venus star point energy. All right. So as you tune in, what up? What up? Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Yeah, I know I love the love. So drop them hearts in the chat. Welcome back, Lottie Shy. Welcome back, Black Venusian. What up? What up to Hootie Faye? What up, Third K? Billionaire Mystic, 528 Hertz. What's up? What's up? What's up, family? We are going to really touch on this very potent energy that is moving through. I don't want y'all to miss this at all because this is it. The actual point, star point, was activated early this morning on the East Coast. But you know that energy is very potent and still moving through. Okay. You all, if you're very sensitive, should have been picking up on especially your closest guides and guardians coming through around the 10th of August, coming to drop major jewels on you. Major jewels on you. So drop a one in the chat if you have experienced this influx. There was an energetic like pulse that was felt around the 10th of August when this energy started picking up. Today was that pinnacle point. We're at the halfway point of Venus's travel through the underworld, and I want to get deeply into that energy so that all of you have the opportunity to really ante up on what everyone is talking about as far as their new beginnings and their new life and all these new, everything's new. We're focused on this new. How do we truly alchemically tap in to this energy and ride it with Mother Venus? Okay, that is what I want to share with you all today. And that's why I was like, I don't want y'all to miss this because the timing is now. Okay, the timing is now. For those of you who are not catching this live and you're catching it on the replay, I hope that you're catching it on the replay like by tomorrow. Because today, everyone needs to be doing this. If you haven't already, once you finish watching this video, I want you to absolutely spend an entire hour in silence, listening and preparing yourself. Not even no doing work yet, just preparing yourself for what you're going to conceive. And for those of you who understand conception and the magic dopeness of being God actualized on earth, it's a serious moment in the trajectory of your new life. Okay? So, if you're ready for me to go, I'm going to start with um, the Lionsgate and the lying, Lying gate, the new age, blah 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 that happens, and just more information. Okay, so let's start there. It's now what, August 13th, and y'all know y'all didn't see me jump on with the Lionsgate because numerology is great, but the true history of the Lionsgate and its potency and mystical magic and implementation and how it's honored and how to take advantage of it is astronomical. It's not numerological, if that's a word. Numerical, I guess, whatever, but y'all get the point. Okay. And it's not to say that the work done during that time is not sufficient. It just happens to bring together a massive thought agreement, right? Where we get enough people who agree with a certain energy that push certain things forward magically. But there is a personal portal for those of you who actually have this degree, this sun point in your charts, where the Sirius star, the dog star, aka the Nile star, rises, and it can be visible in the sky. And I want to give you all those components so that for those of you who are working with magic that is in alignment with the planets and the universe, you have more intention with something that has been calculated since ancient times. Okay. Um, at this point in your journey as a cultist, you're beyond the mass new age applications of magic. You are going so deeply into the root of what magic is and what it means to accept that being a human being, you are God in its being. And if you have not already accepted that in your mind, in your being, then you are still playing with something that is totally external and you're behind the ball. You're not ahead of the times and you're not actually driving forth your magic in your manifestations. And so at this point where you have so much information and so many ways of applying what you have learned, um, it would be a disservice not to give you this extra piece, okay? So that you understand the level of knowledge and awareness that is working on your behalf. For those of you who call in, who text, who send messages to receive magical rituals and services done on your behalf, that although on the forefront you see and you receive a certain amount of information, behind the scenes there's a lot more than meets the eye. And for those of you who are here, you get to get now some more of that information. So press one in the chat if it makes sense why you're receiving this information and how you're receiving it now. Okay. Okay. So first and foremost, with the Lionsgate portal, moving forward, I actually don't want to see any of you bending over backwards for this 888 situation. Because if you pay attention, right, 2 plus 2 plus 3 is not 8. And that's where we have to pay attention to, okay, if something is supposed to be backed by science, because we are ancient beings, indigenous in what we have learned through our spirit, and the technology and intelligence of our spirit can be proved over and over again. This is why it's not just a matter of getting downloads and piecing together things like mix match. No, it's a true science and chemistry of what is happening. It's a chemistry that involves things that are materialized physically and in its different forms through the blood and the ethers, everything. So we have to take all of that into account and we have to stay focused. We have to stay aware of commercialized magic versus what's real, tried and true. And mix that with trusting that where you're receiving your information is authentic and well practiced. Ashe? So here we go. With the Lionsgate, this is the acknowledgement of the rising of the dog star in the visible sky. And that can actually happen anywhere between like the end of June around the solstice towards the early parts of September, depending on where you are on the planet, right? And this is where the the star um, the star and the sun are going to connect at 13 degrees Cancer. All right. So if you um, were born with your sun at 13 degrees of Cancer, at that point in which the star hits it, right, then you have a very personal, powerful point, and you may also experience um, some level of celebrity in your life. So there are things within a person's chart that will speak to the grandiose of their being on this planet, that it factor that comes through their birthright. Okay. So try as you may, do this and that, put on 50 filters or 50 layers of makeup, or fix your bodies a certain kind of way. There are certain individuals who were born at a certain point, and this is just one of those aspects. This is not all of them. At a certain point, this kind of magic happens for them. Now, what does it mean and why did it become important? Well, the dog star also has this name, the Nile star. And originally, at the time where this star was rising and is visible, the Nile also would flood. And we know that at some point we were more tied to the earth in such a way that if the lands got flooded, and when they did get flooded, it was a sign of great fertility, growth, and hence prosperity in life moving forward. And in that celebration, we know that we're going to survive and we're going to thrive. Because if it doesn't flood, there's no water to feed the earth, everyone starves and dies. And so you have a history of this happening for thousands of years. And then we get this support from the celestial skies, which we know have an effect also here on Earth. Make sense? Press one in the chat if you got that. So, in that sense, we can experience this portal at different times during that window. And if we want to be really meticulous about it, personally, we can look through and see when that 13 degrees of Cancer point is going to be hit, where we are. And you can prepare yourself for it and be in a location where you know it's going to hit and do your magic at that time. And this is so that you have more involvement in your own practices, along with working with practitioners who already have fed energies and alignments and salutes from planets to get things shaken for you. All right. This is a place of self empowerment and great healing. That's the reason why you're here getting this information. If everything was supposed to be done for you, then you can go back to church and someone can pray for you for free or whatever you want to tithe. And you can go on and complain about your lives until someone else fixes it. Okay? So, moving forward, what is really, really, really popping off? Okay? What is really popping off? Venus, all right? Y'all already know what Venus is in for, right? Because y'all worked with Inanna and you are way deep into the energies that are Venusian. There's so many, right? There are so many. But because you've had this information working with Inanna, I want you to now go back and review this almost 9 months, right? September will make 9 months from the time of the beginning of the year where you started working with the darker feminine energies, which is totally in alignment with what Venus has been doing. Okay. Venus went into the underworld. Okay. She became the evening star around the beginning of August, right? Um, August 6th, I believe. She went into the underworld. All of this time, a lot of the work you have been doing has been focusing on your inner work, things that you needed to realign and repurpose or totally throw out when it comes to the foundation of who you are. So, your values, the way that you love, what you need for your heart, what you need for healing, what you need for healing your relationships, what you need to clear your debts, what you need to be accountable for, all on an internal basis, right? And as you were going through this, it was not necessarily a time for you to jump out in front of the world and say, ha, look what I'm doing now. Okay. A lot of people who prematurely have done some of those things have seen that it changed so quickly. It wasn't all the way what it seemed it would be, because we are in a potent space of transformation. You see what I'm saying? Like, just where you might have felt like, aha, I got it, this is what it is. Suddenly you're smacked with these surprises, finding out certain things weren't really what they said they were. People were telling you one thing and was really something else. You may have started a job and then the job ended quickly, or you thought, this is where I'm going to be, and then you needed to move immediately. Sudden pregnancies, all kind of like, oh, the whole thing is going to change. That's what's happening. Okay. So during that time, it has been more productive for you to get clear about what really needs to get cleaned out, what needs to get removed, what just cannot stand the test of time any longer because it's a setback. Okay. And when we think about what's happening today, or what has happened today, is that Venus has walked through the eye of the sun in Leo. So I want to give you that picture of Ma Durga walking with her lion through the fire. So while Venus, this Venusian energy, has been in the underworld, right? You have to imagine this immense light, this fire around this goddess, this feminine energy, this divine feminine energy that is now going to rise. We're just at the midpoint, okay? This is the crossing over. That midpoint is the crossing over. When she rises as the morning star on the 19th, she's no longer in this space of having you work internally. It's now time for you to begin taking action with the level of confidence that you would have built after getting your ass smacked, and not in a good way, right? But kind of like getting beat down and going through all of these clarifying moments. Like, maybe you thought you were like at the top of your game and you got smacked down, and you had to realize, I'm not at the top of my game. I actually have some things to tighten up, right? Um, but it's not a defeat. It's like everyone was able to see some of their flaws or their cracks in their armor so that they can go and work out. So, like, for those of you who only are on here, You may not know I have like 3 workout groups. Shouts out to everybody who's been making it through the 30-day challenges that have helped them to realize their physical setbacks, their physical weaknesses, not only their physical weaknesses, but their mental weaknesses in order to keep consistent with something just because. Okay. Each of those individuals have been able to experience what it's like to sweat consistently. And to sweat consistently means that you're up against some kind of resistance that is burning away the things, the unnecessary fats. So you can get down to the real nitty gritty, the muscles and the bones that are necessary for your elevation. All right. So everything in its pieces come together always. Like this is a delicious five course meal. And now you're getting on to the dessert. But this is a dessert that takes time. This is like your rum cake. Like you start rumming down your fruits from now so that by Christmas and New Year's time, that potency of that dessert is really long lasting. It is so fulfilling. And so when I'm talking about the star point of Venus going through the sun, we're looking at the conception. Back when I did lessons about the divine spark of conception, that meeting of the egg and the sperm coming together, and then the consciousness, because it's not just the two things that come together. There's a consciousness. There's always this trifecta, right? The consciousness is the spark and the mystery of creation. So in that moment of conception, we don't want no bullshit sperm and we don't want no bullshit egg to come together to meet consciousness, because whatever the essence of those two things coming together, it can only attract a consciousness that is of equal frequency. So when I say I want you to absolutely bear through the discomfort of sitting in your lotus position or sitting still and not moving and just breathing for an hour today, okay? To allow yourself to get beyond that point of your physical self so your higher self can emerge, God can emerge and give you the formula like the voice did in the burning bush to Moses. You're going to create your burning bush moment, because that star point is going through the fire. You will sit through the fire. That energy, for those of you who really, really die hard, y'all already know. You sit down in lotus position, and at some point, those legs go. And if you really are trying to transcend the things that limit you mentally and physically, you sit through that joint and you breathe. And then another level opens up to you. So I would advise you to go back to your journals to when you were working with Inanna. Go back to your journals to when I had you do the exercise of being Ma Durga. Okay? And what were some of the things that were shared with you? Ashe? What were some of the things that were shared with you about new levels of leadership, your level of confidence in yourself, self-esteem, self-love? What relationships are nurturing to your spirit, and how are you nurturing your relationships? And in what space are you? Are you still living in a sense of lack? Or have you tuned into your abundance? And are you going at your magic with a sense of scarcity? So I'm going to jump into that next, because this energy is extremely healing. The entire planet has this opportunity, right? So as human beings, we have this opportunity to heal and to really maximize on our healing, because there are other aspects happening in the sky. But as human beings, we have the will to go against it. We also have the will to and when I say the will, we have the choice not to really use the energy or utilize it to our best ability. But I'm encouraging you all to use it, tap in and get the most of it. And I'm just going to continue to pull away some of the clouded thinking, or just help to, like a chiropractor of your mind and thought process, like put it into perfect alignment so you have all of the access and power of your spine. Okay? All right? Y'all with it? Press one in the chat if y'all with it. Let me see some fire. Let me see some stars. Because there have been some serious mental blocks. There's some accounts that y'all need to settle for. Not settle like settle in a bad way, but y'all need to settle some of your accounts. You're wondering what's going on with the debts in your lives and why is that happening. Okay. And when there is so much new money, new opportunities just dropping out the sky for folks. And y'all want to be able to get that. Y'all want to be able to get that. Okay. So again, there's a great healing that's occurring. And this healing is not your purpose in life. You feel me? Let me get some more likes. Let me get some likes if you understand that healing is not your purpose. Healing is your birthright, and it will happen especially when you are living in your purpose. You understand that? Healing is not your purpose. You're here to enjoy your life. You are here to see what is available for you to get into and explore and grow via your experience. All right? You are not supposed to be in the hospital healing forever and all day, every day. You are supposed to be enjoying your life, enjoying the process. When you are in a space of consistently, like, I'm healing, you have still missed the point that you're God. From now on, instead of saying I'm healing, I want you to say I am creating. Everybody put that in the chat. I'm creating. I'm creating. I'm creating and I am experiencing. It's like I'm cooking and I'm eating. That's gonna be my swag way. Like if I'm in the hood, like, what's up? I'm cooking and I'm eating. I am cooking and I am eating. Okay? It is your natural birthright to return to a space of awareness of your wholeness. That's it. Really and truly. A lot of the messages coming through are reminding us that, oh, I just forgot that I'm whole. Let me remember. How many of you have that moment where you go, I just forgot I'm whole? Like, what was I thinking? Shit, I was about to complain. Like, I just forgot that I'm whole. I just forgot that, like, God is in me. There's no separation. I forgot my source. My source is not what I'm experiencing. That is just a byproduct of my remembering my wholeness or forgetting it. Ashe? Drink my vitamin C. So let me address a couple of things. Now you're ready to go deeper? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you're ready to go deeper. All right, so we got this tag title that's floating around. We are not our ancestors. I don't know if I should make this a separate video, but I'm going to go into it a little here because y'all are doing some powerful work, okay? And I'm going to just share my opinion and see how you will feel about this. Because I'm an analytical person. And I like to say this. Real talk, some people saying we are not our ancestors don't realize that in saying so, it's the truth because they're weak as fuck. And they would not be able to get through some of the things that have been endured so that they could be on this planet. All right? That's one. There are others who may be using it to say that they recognize that they come from maybe a line of individuals who were yes men or backbiters or snakes in the grass, sellouts, and such. Touche, I get it. Right? But here's the conundrum, okay? We absolutely carry the DNA of those who lived for us to be here. We're in a place in our lives where we must choose which part of that has worked for us, which part of that is trash. Okay? We are combating not what is wrong, but we are establishing what is right. And the reason why we have to go about this mentally in this space is because our people have lost a lot of gas behind being gassed up to focus on their oppression purposely. When we focus on our hurt, we magnify that hurt and continue to diminish our pockets and what truly is our inheritance. See, the thing about wealthy folks on this planet is that if you look at what is happening mentally, is that they're hyper focused on a level of ownership. They're hyper focused on accepting that this planet belongs to them. They're hyper focused on abundance and that which they should have because it belongs to them. And they believe it so fully that they don't have a guilt consciousness until they are taught to be guilty, and they are taught to accept accountability and to be charged. The magic in that is the reverse psychology that you all should be tapping into, allowing yourselves to live in this space of creating an internal conversation in those who have inflicted harm on you in this lifetime or those of your loved ones who came before you, to accept their accountability in that. Meanwhile, restoring that God peace in your mind that you own this land in harmony, so that the spirit of this land will support you in your magic. That's the piece of our spirit that cannot be denied. And you don't want to lose that. So your spiritual application combined with the spirit of the earth and materializing it, owning it, reclaiming what's yours is more powerful than being steeped down in a I've got to fix what's wrong. You need to just establish what is right and what is good for you. Put yourself first. Prioritize your ownership. Prioritize building up your energy, your light, your fire. And then use your tools very strategically to shut down anything that is resistant against that for you. So let me give an example, right? Because y'all want to see there's some new tools to get you in a space of creating the things that you need to erase historically and you need to restore for yourselves. You have to have something material to do away with the things that you want to throw in the trash. Like you want to throw in the trash. Okay? I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you that. And it's going to come signed, sealed, and delivered with energies to help take out the trash. Yes? As you're doing your research, looking up your ancestors and who have enslaved them, imagine yourself looking through the archives of unclaimed money. It's a different vibe. It's not that you're doing something totally different, but it's a different vibe. When you start flipping through the archives, like, oh, these are like tax deductibles. Like, oh, I can go back and get that money. These are my returns. You are going to see that you stay in this popping energy of wealth. Because this is what wealthy people do. Wealthy people are not looking through their documents and going, I gotta find this missing money. I gotta find this missing money. Because that would mean that they accept debt, scarcity, and lack in their lives. Now, I know some of y'all in here got bread. Y'all already know the mindset. Tell me when you open up your books if you are looking to take care of like, I'm so broke right now. I need to do this work so that I don't be broke. All of y'all who are pulling in abundance. Is that the language? Is that the internal conversation? Tell me. Press 1 in the chat if it's nope. Nope. Hell no. Okay? For those of you who be tapping into the radio, like, oh, I'm about to go get this red hat, like you're gonna pick it up. Not like you about to, not like, oh, I gotta find it. Like I'm about to walk out the house and go pick it up. Like, because that's mine. That's mine. So when you start looking through and you see, oh, this land belongs to Johnson and Johnson, whatever, right? And you like, oh shit, that's mine. Let me go get that. I'm about to go to the cemetery. I was like, yo, I'm coming to get that. I'm taking that off your hands. All right. So the same way, like y'all, you took that. Cool. I'm gonna get that back. Cool. Thanks for keeping it going. I'm about to snatch that joint back. I want you to have that kind of energy. Okay. Like have some swag, have some, like, focus on your ownership. Like if someone took your car and you saw your car up the street with the person who took it, you're not going there to like, oh, the weight of losing my car. No, you're going like, that's my shit. I'm gonna go get that. With a smile on your face, but not the kind of smile that is like, I'm so glad to see you, right? That smile like Oshun when she laughs is like, it's go time. For those of you who know, like, we don't necessarily want to get excited because Oshun is laughing. We might want to be like on our toes, like, hold up. This might be some shit. Like, let me move out of the way. Okay? So I want y'all to get into that mode. I want y'all to know that this Venus moving through the eye of the sun is warrior vibes. It's warrior vibes, meaning you've been in training. You don't get to be a warrior without being in training. So you have to sweat. You have to bleed. You have to tear. You have to lose a couple of layers of skin. You might have lost a couple of friends and kin. Y'all know I'll be going in because I can do this just like the wind. It's coming through. Y'all know I don't sin. So I want y'all to go for that. I want y'all to really focus right in front of you. I am no longer combating what is wrong. I am establishing what is right. I am no longer combating what is wrong. I am establishing what is right. Because when you feel that is right, you have no blockages in your consciousness. You already know, as a human being, our mind is flawed, our brain, in such a way that if we think that something is wrong, we already are kind of guilty. And when you're guilty or you feel like you have to sneak to do something, you kind of mess it up. You know what I'm saying? You kind of, mess up. You make the frequency funky. Does that make sense? It's like, why do kids go into the store and just take the candy and shit that they want? Like, open and eat it. They don't feel, there's no karmic retribution for that. Energetically, like, they all the way feel like it's on the shelf, eye level for me to have. And I took it because I have no concept of I got to pay the cashier for it. Smooth. No one even feels the sneakiness around it. You don't even know the kid got it until it's in the back of the car eating the chips. And you're like, wait, I didn't get you chips. Right? And it's us that established the guilt. It's us that established that that's wrong. And now when they go into the store, they're like, they still got the desire. Like, I want the chips. I want the chips. So now I'm going to be a little, and they get caught. That's when they get caught. Right? And I don't encourage stealing. But when I tell you going in to get what belongs to you, and you make sure you reinforce that in your mind, then you align yourself with the frequency that all that you need and you desire is supplied. Truly, you move out of a space of go get and you receive. That is the warrior goddess energy. I'm stepping out with the confidence of I'm gonna come get it. But the energies around me, because they like, oh shit, she coming to get it. And it's like, oh, here. I don't want no parts here. Y'all get it now? Am I making the picture very, very clear? How many women doll themselves up? They walk into VIP section. They didn't pay for it, but like they want to have them there. So they're already served at your service. Okay? I was with my fairies. As we walked up, they said, oh, the money squad is here. You got to work with that energy. Okay? Move towards effortlessness. And at the same time, be in full action. So, first, right, we're going to go through the steps. Be mindful of what you want to conceive. No, this goes for my guys and my ladies. You don't want no broke ass dreams. Dream big, all the way, bigger, and better. Okay? Then align yourself with the energy you want to conceive. And then have all the confidence in the world of your fertility. That although everyone else outside doesn't know that you just slept with your divine partner and conceived, because you're totally ovulating and your partner's been eating their right foods, their fruits and their veggies, and y'all been meditating and vibrating high, right? This is all a whole dance, right? Y'all been doing this secretly. By the time people can see that you've conceived, you're already confident that this is happening. You're beyond the vulnerable part. So this is not a matter of announcing to the world, guess what, I conceived. This is your moment now to go into meditation, be all the way clear about what you want to conceive, moving forward, and be intentional about nurturing those things. And what's the focus here? The healing is your birthright. So accept it as it's coming. Everywhere where you are meeting resistance, take those as clues as to what needs some refinement. And then we're talking about Venus here, moving in a retrograde action as she's coming out. So there's a lot of refinement here. Okay? The newness is a matter of better and clearer awareness and acceptance of that awareness that you are whole, all aspects. If you're saying we are not our ancestors, be the things that you desire and do not feed the things that don't work. Accept the new thought processes that you have because you have evolved. Times have changed. And if anyone is talking that old talk on you and they're old things that don't work, you simply discipline yourself to diverting your energy to something else. Okay? When you feel the urge to step into that warrior energy, go towards that calling because you are embracing what is right, not combating what is wrong. You think about the brother who jumped into the water to go and fight on behalf of his fellow brother. Not combating what is wrong, embracing what is right. It is right for me to defend my brothers and sisters. It is right for me to speak truth on behalf of my experience. Forget about combating what is wrong. Because as I embrace what is right for me, I continue to remove the chains on my brain and my consciousness of scarcity and oppression. Don't own that. I own abundance, prosperity, wealth, good health, fertility, confidence, self esteem, innovation, newness, creativity, magic, alchemy, and healing just occurs because I'm here. My purpose is to enjoy this life. You feel me? Yeah, there's no hesitation when we are embracing what is right. There's always going to be hesitation when you think you're doing something wrong. There's always going to be hesitation when you think you're combating something that you think is wrong. Because if you think that you're fixing something that is wrong, you prepare yourself for resistance against what you're doing. Right or wrong? Press one in the chat if you know that's a fact. If you think that you are about to combat something you think is wrong, you already feel the resistance. But when you're in the flow of this is what I'm supposed to be doing, everything agrees with you. So we gotta beyond these illusions, right? My Durga help you get beyond the illusions. Venus Inanna will help you strategize for your victory and give you the confidence and the self-love to not be asking permission, but to understand that you got somewhere you need to be. You go and get, right? Just go and get. Like, what you doing with that? You're not, let me get that off of your hands. Let me get that up off your hands. So y'all stay tuned. We got some tools coming through. Baba is in the motherland. Well, one of the motherlands, right? And we are putting together baths, open roads, protection, so that you can continue moving in the right direction. No resistance, okay? Because it's some real. It's beyond the haves and the have-nots. Now it's to untie those knots, which are those agreements that don't serve you in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit. And we shall lay to rest and give the Grim Reaper those who need to be gone, stay gone, and give it up. Okay? Don't fear the Reaper. It's all about who you have, alignments with. I'm going to just check the chat. Yes, the chat is lit. Make sure y'all look in the chat because there's some notes in here. Yes, 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 yes. So one more round of I am creating. One more round of I am creating. I want to see hashtag I am creating. And for all my my urban folks, I want to see a round of I'm cooking and I'm eating. 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 So this is a nice chunky video. But go back to your Inanna, go back to your Durga, and before doing that, truly, 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 spend an hour. Okay, spend an hour just sitting in silence, total darkness, and just listen. If it's if you want to do this during the daytime, get in a seat where the sun is shining right on your forehead. Let that be the light. Everybody who knows the Davy Suklam needs to be hitting that today. Today. Hit it like your favorite song on repeat. Today. Okay? All right, y'all. So don't forget to text to Hootie Faye. Put the phone number for the Cult College in the chat. Okay? So that you all can get your baths and be included in the group Open Roads rituals. And you want to make sure that you are staying in tune with the shops because you're going to have a new kit there to do some send-offs to the Grim Reaper. Because we got to establish what's right. It's only right. It's only right. And you're going to dress nicely when you do it too. I can't wait. So y'all get your outfits together. Okay? Get your black outfits together. Get your black outfits together. Something nice. Okay? Something, what is it? Second line swaggy. Okay? All right. Did Tahuti Faye put the number up in here? I don't see the number. 917-476-1192. I think the number should be in the description box. But put the number in the chat to Hootie Faye. Because everybody wants to make sure that you get those baths and that you get in on that ritual. These baths usually are used for initiates. But the work that y'all are doing and the level of fight back from those who ain't trying to give it up. Listen, to be powerful, don't nobody want to give up that much power. Don't nobody want to give up their billions. Get out of here. They're going to fight. All right. So we're making some initiation level baths for those of you who get in on this. And they'll be available next week. So get clear on what you're conceiving so you can get that protection over your new pregnancy. Trust and believe. Y'all mark my word, 9 months from now, y'all going to see so many new birthings up in the groups. All right. All right, y'all. If you didn't get the Occult College number, my number is 202-810-1876. 1876. Okay. And I am taking special orders as well. If you want some love work or some protection work, hit me up. The bath that I'm talking about is the bath with some Brazilian herbs. If you on the Patreon or the email list, you received a message about it. This is why I got to subscribe and make sure that y'all are getting the messages. Okay. It's not available on the shop as yet. Okay. Yes. This one is with the Pombogeira das Sete Encruzilhadas. Okay. All right, y'all. So stay tuned, stay litty, stay confident. We're no longer combating what is wrong. We're establishing what is right. I see your comments to Hootie Faye. I just don't see the phone number in there. But y'all already know what's up. Y'all got the number, right? 917-426-1192 for the Polk College. If you're interested in the open roads and the bath, just text open roads and bath. Open roads and bath. Bath. And if you want me to do some personal work for you, just text I'm cooking. Text I'm cooking to any of the numbers. Text I'm cooking. And we'll get back with you to get the details of what kind of work you want done to help make sure this is a healthy pregnancy that is protected from all of the haters, all of the evil eye, all of the other energies, seen and unseen, that try to get in between. Just text me. I'm cooking. 202-810-1876. Or you can text the Occult College. My number is 202-810-1876. And the Occult College is 917-426-1192. All right, family. Peace, love, and bliss. Go sit down in an hour of silence and then get cracking. Baby, suck them it up and hit your Inanna incantations. Make your offerings too. I want to see some roses. All right. Peace.